I've shown you how Moto G looks, how is its display quality and performance of the software in the first part of our video review. I'm Kalpesh Mistry from avis.com on the voiceover, and I'm continuing the video review with this second and final part. Moto G's rear camera is quite decent, again considering phones particularly in this price range. The phone has a 5 megapixel autofocus shooter with a bright LED flashlight. It's got an aperture size of f-stops 2.4. There are two ways to snap pics on Moto G. One is a normal mode and the other is turning on the HDR. What HDR does is when we capture a photo, it plays with exposure and vibrancy while the picture is being processed. On normal mode, the picture is usually processed softer with extra brightness that actually adds to the loss of detailing. If you look at this image captured from Moto G compared to its HDR version snapped at the same time, you'd find more natural colors and details in HDR pic. For example, in this normal pic, we zoom over here where the nameboard of crossword appears in yellow letters. Just above crossword, there's another nameboard with yellow background, but the letters are not visible because they are hidden by brighter processed sunlight. In the HDR version, it looks fairly different. The yellow is more yellow and we do see a CROS written over there that also continues as crossword. Of course, it's not very clearly visible, but you get the point. The point is HDR processes images in more details than the normal mode. Another good example in the same pic is right here when you look over these trees on top left side. The leaves are more green in the HDR version while the color is more soft in the normal pic. The good part is that HDR mode doesn't take much time to snap a pic. You can actually keep it on by default as it gives you better looking pics. On a low light condition, HDR doesn't really perform that good. And because the camera sensor is equipped with a smaller aperture size of f-stops 2.4, it doesn't really process any kind of great low light pics. Moto G records video at HD resolution of 1280 by 720 pixels at 30 fps. Video recording on Moto G is decent until you are under good light condition. Frame rates drops once you move your phone under low light condition. That creates jitters and sluggish playback. At the same time, videos recorded under low light condition is something good for a camera sensor of f-stops 2.4 aperture. But I have a feeling that it's not just the camera that produces such visible footage in low light. It's the software that forces camera to record, much like night mode capturing you had seen in older phones. And probably that would be the reason behind dropping frame rates in low light condition. But whatever it is, fluctuating frame rates are simply not acceptable. The stock camera app isn't for those like me who wants to get into manual controls to get image like I want. The app doesn't provide control over the ISO, exposure, shutter speed. It doesn't even include presets for the white balance. Today, such manual controls are pretty much standard on every smartphone you've chosen. So the app actually takes care of those casual photo taker who just usually point and shoot that in fact most consumers do with the camera phone. The controls you get are HDR, touch to focus, flash, panorama, slow motion recording, geotagging, choice of 3.8 megapixel and 5 megapixel as per 16:9 and 4:3 ratio given, and audio mute. There's even a burst mode option that's easily accessible on a long touch over the screen. Slow motion is something to talk about. It allows you to capture some instances and moments in slow motion. It works fairly good. Slow motion records video at 15 fps and processes at slower speed. For video calling, Moto G bears a decent 1.3 megapixel camera in front. Network reception on Moto G is excellent. In comparison to Nokia Lumia 720 that I have, Moto G maintains network signal and call quality on low network zones. And the call quality on earpiece is clear and good. The dedicated noise cancellation mic works just like it should. The other person in call can hear your voice clearly when you're out there in a noise polluted environment, say like traffic. Calling on loudspeaker is great because of two things. First is the speaker placement that doesn't create any ergonomics issue. And secondly, it's because Moto G has a great high decibel and quality speaker. Moto G has a non-removable lithium-ion 2070 mAh battery. On a minimal usage with Wi-Fi and data synchronization on and dialing some phone calls, Moto G's battery lasted more than 48 hours for me. Believe it, it's true. I tested that on a very minimal usage. Data sync was on, but it was just my one primary Google account's data like email and so on. On a moderate usage where I had 3G data on and ran multiple tasks like web browsing, music streaming, video playback, along with multiple data synchronization, battery lasted for about 14 hours. Again, at this price point, Moto G simply beats others in terms of durability. In the box, you'd get a wide stereo earphone with mic and a wall charger that should have been with detachable USB cable. Pretty disappointing as you would have to buy a USB cable separately. Also, it could be confusing to you when putting on the earphones that which one should be fitted on your left or right ear. The earphones doesn't bear any print of L and R letters. So what is Moto G? It's a one smartphone that engineers of other OEMs should take inspiration from. It's a smartphone designed on the basis of perspectives of consumers, be it its good ergonomics or software optimization. With Moto G, Motorola has tried to deliver consumers what they actually care about. I have a very few reasons to tell you not to buy Moto G. For example, it's awful low light video recording. But still, and again and lastly, at this price range, Motorola is giving you a package that I don't think you should decline to accept. But yes, it should be leveled up to your requirements, and that's you to decide whether or not Moto G is for you. It's there fully unpacked to you on a video review of Moto G. Thanks for watching. If you like this video review, please support us by subscribing our YouTube channel. In case you have any suggestions on our video or queries regarding Moto G, please tell us in the comment section below.